Today we're tackling one of the most common questions we get from business owners who are ready to invest in paid advertising. Should I be on Google or should I be on Meta, Facebook and Instagram? The honest answer is that it depends. So let me give you the framework that actually helps you make this decision intelligently. Google is a demand capture platform. When someone searches emergency plumber Roswell or kitchen remodeler near me, they have a specific need and they're actively looking for someone to solve it. Google puts you in front of that person at the exact moment their intent is highest. Meta is a demand generation platform. The person scrolling Facebook or Instagram isn't searching for anything. They're consuming content, and your ad is an interruption. You're reaching people based on who they are, not what they're currently looking for. Neither is better in absolute terms. They serve fundamentally different strategic functions. On the economic side, Google clicks cost more, typically $5 to $40 depending on your industry, but conversion rates are significantly higher because the intent is explicit. Meta clicks are cheaper, but lower intent means lower conversion rates. When you do the full math, cost per lead all the way through to cost per customer acquired, the two platforms often land closer together than the raw click costs suggest. So where does Google win decisively? Urgent, high-intent service categories. When someone's pipe bursts at midnight or their HVAC fails in July, they're not scrolling Instagram, they're searching Google. For emergency services, near purchase intent searches, and any category where direct revenue attribution matters, Google Search is your primary platform. Where does Meta win? Visual services with broad appeal. Home renovation, landscaping, aesthetic services, food and beverage. Categories where inspiration drives the decision. A homeowner who wasn't thinking about their kitchen might see a stunning before and after transformation on Instagram and suddenly start the consideration process. Meta can also reach specific demographic profiles proactively before your ideal customer even starts searching. And for brand awareness at scale, Meta's cost per 1,000 impressions is dramatically lower than Google's. A few industry-specific notes worth knowing. Home services like plumbing and HVAC are heavily Google dominant, roughly 70 to 80% of budget there. Remodeling and renovation benefit from a more balanced approach because visual inspiration plays a real role in the decision. Legal services are almost entirely Google. People don't spontaneously decide to hire a lawyer while scrolling social media. And elective medical and cosmetic dental services have a meaningful Meta component because patients can genuinely be motivated by well-placed social advertising. Now here's something that often gets overlooked. The two platforms work better together than either does alone. A prospect who clicked your Google ad, visited your site but didn't convert, and then saw your retargeting ad on Instagram multiple times over the following week has a fundamentally different relationship with your brand than someone who saw your Google ad once and moved on. Google generates the high intent traffic. Meta keeps you present through the consideration period. Together, they produce better acquisition economics than either could alone. For most local service businesses, here's the sequence we recommend. Start with Google Search. It gives you the most reliable, most attributable ROI and generates the data that makes everything else smarter. Add Meta retargeting early, even before you run cold audience campaigns. The cost is modest and the return on your existing Google traffic is excellent. Then expand to Meta cold audiences once your Google campaigns are generating leads at target economics.